Morning everybody. Beautiful autumn day in Melbourne, and just about to leave the apartment for a bike ride on a route that I went round on Sunday a few days ago now. It was about 20k and it's quite a nice route. Most of it's bike paths actually, so just thought I'd do it again today, given that it's such a beautiful day, and do a bit of filming.
50 meters. In 110 meters, go straight onto Mile End Road.
So, just while we start the ride, let's talk a little bit about bikes. So, in the storage unit back in Auckland, I've got 4 bikes, and I've got a 5th bike that's in the garage in my mum's house in England. And given that I've not ridden a bike for 3 or 4 months,
turn left onto Rossdown Road.
you'd think that 5 bikes would be enough. But the problem is, I haven't got a bike in Melbourne. And I've been feeling as though I've been getting really unfit recently. So I persuaded myself that I need another bike. So I bought one. And I've bought a gravel bike. So these are the in things now. They're supposed to be a cross between a road bike and a mountain bike.
Next right, then turn right.
So, like all things that are a compromise, they're not brilliant at anything,
Now
but
turn right onto Cozy Gum Road.
they're competent at most things. So you're not going to be able to go on really gnarly mountain bike tracks, but a lot of off-road stuff you'd be okay on this. And they're not going to be as quick as a pure road bike,
Now turn right, then turn
but
right.
they're okay. And they've got quite a bit of new technology on for me anyway.
Now turn right onto Jering Trail.
So they've got tubeless tyres, which are very wide
Follow this way for 2.3 kilometers.
compared to most road bikes, and they run at a really low pressure, which means that they're quite comfortable. And the sort of geometry of the bike is also designed to be a lot more comfortable, and given my advancing years, I decided that that probably wouldn't be a bad thing. So that's one reason why I got the bike. I did, however, draw a line at getting a electric bike. I decided I'm still a few years away from needing an electric bike to help me up the hills. So we'll see. So we're on you can probably hear and see the shadow of the train above me. So I think they elevated the tracks here only 2 or 3 years ago. So where I'm riding now, the train used to run. They've lifted it up to avoid it going across all the roads and causing chaos with the traffic. But as a result of that, they've got these nice lovely bike paths now that follow the old route of the train. So we're just approaching Carnegie now, which is where Vassie gets the train when she goes to work 3 days a week. And hi there. There we go. See, I would have struggled to do that on a road bike with thin tyres. Yeah, definitely a good investment, this gravel bike. Morning. So yeah, so we're approaching Carnegie Station, and we're going to go on
In 140 meters, go straight and continue on Jering Trail.
to the next couple of stations after this before we turn off. So where we're renting the apartment is about 10k from the very centre of Melbourne. But given that Melbourne's got 4.5 to 5 million people in the sort of greater Melbourne area, even 10k from the centre is still pretty built up. So I've been scouring all the various bike maps that you can get online to try and work out some routes that I can go for a cycle and not be dodging traffic and breathing in fumes all day. So the coast, there's a coastal bike track that runs down the waterfront for quite a while, and that's about 7 or 8k away from where we are, and I'm still trying to work out the best way to get there. I've tried it once and got horribly lost, which is why I've now sorted out some mapping software and put my phone on the handlebar so that I can figure out where I'm going. So next time we get a nice day, I'll probably try that again, because once you get to the waterfront, it's really nice. Lots of people walking and cycling. So we're just passing through Murrumbeena Station, which is the next one heading south on the train line, and we're just going to get just up to the next one before we turn off. So yeah, so one of the routes that I'd worked out, I tried out on Sunday, which was another nice day weather-wise, and it's about 20k and it follows lots of bike paths. I got lost a few times, but it was really busy. Lots of people out walking and cycling, and it was a bit of a mission to sort of dodge everybody all the time. So now it's Wednesday midweek, and it'll be interesting to see whether it's quieter. As you can probably see, there's still a few people around walking and running. So we'll see, but yeah, it sort of just meanders its way around, so I'll probably stop talking so much, and we can just have a look at the scenery as I head around the route. So I've got this mapping app that keeps on talking a lot more than I thought it would actually. And I initially tried it by trying to plot a route on it, but it didn't work very well, so I've sort of given up on it.
Follow this way for 650 meters.
But then when I did the ride on Sunday, this is the advantage of having technology. So I've got my Garmin watch on, and that recorded the ride for me. And that then downloaded the ride data, including the map, onto this app, unbeknownst to me. So when I checked it again this morning, the mapping software, there's the route from the last ride on Sunday. So all I've done is basically called that up, started the navigation, and it's taking me on the route that I took last time. So as long as my brain's in gear, I'll be able to avoid the places where I made a mistake last time, and we should be able to find our way around quite easily. So we're about to come up to one of the busy roads. This is
Now turn left onto Dandenong Road.
Dandenong Road, but it's also called the Princess Highway. And these roads are great if you're driving around and the traffic's moving, because you can get around Melbourne really quickly. But they are a bit of a bugger when it comes to getting across them. So I've got to do a bit of a detour here. Head up the hill here to the traffic lights. Wait for the traffic lights to stop all the traffic. Yeah, I think you can get a sense of how busy this road is.
In
Okay.
110 meters, keep left at the fork.
Okay, so got over the Princess Highway, and next man-made object to
Now keep left.
overcome, I think from recollection, is the train station. Morning. And I had some difficulty finding the route to take me over the railway lines, and subsequently right after that the freeway, which is an even busier road
Keep right at the fork.
than the Princess Highway. But eventually I found the bridge, so this time we're going to smoothly rock on up to the bridge and go over it. And the little incline,
Keep right onto cycleway.
the little incline up the bridge indicated to me how unfit I am, because I'm sort of cruising along on the flat here thinking, oh, this is good. Whoa, as soon as you hit an incline, my legs stop working.
350 meters. In 150 meters at the intersection, go straight onto street.
I'm wondering how long it is before I get fed up with this voice and switch it off. You're probably thinking the same thing about me. So we're approaching the station now, and this little map voice is going to be giving me lots of instructions, because it's trying to follow the route that I took last time, where I meandered in and out of this car park trying to find the trail. So we'll just ignore it and find the bridge that I've got to go over. Here we go. Not actually that well signposted, but I guess most people know where they're going. Time to find a lower gear. Might be a bit late,
This
actually.
way for 350 meters.
Yeah, horrible crunching gears there. Here we go.
Follow this way for 300 meters.
Over the freeway. And now we drop down to a golf course. Apparently there are a lot of golf courses in this area. It's called the Sand Belt, which presumably indicates what type of soil structure it is around here, which I guess is good for drainage and therefore good for golf courses. There were a lot of people playing on Sunday. I suspect it'll be a lot quieter today. So a bit later on I will be coming, all being well, from this direction down here as I complete the circuit.
Now keep left.
So we're now on what's called the Anniversary Trail. This looks like it was an old rail track, single rail track actually, which is great for cycling on and walking. This Joe Frank cafe across the road is where the trail pops out. And suddenly on Sunday it was just heaving with people queued up waiting to get their coffees. Luckily I managed to brake before I scattered them all. So this time I was a bit prepared for it, but I didn't expect it to be that busy. But actually they're still doing a fairly good trade. There must be a lot of people like me not working. I'll make the most of it while I can. Being able to get out on lovely days like this.
In 60 meters, keep right onto Anniversary Trail.
We're sort of transitioning from autumn into winter. So yesterday was horrible. Complete cloud cover, blowing a gale from the south, so it was cold
100 meters.
and raining. Today, as you can see, not a cloud in the sky. Still cool. But nice in the sun. Everybody's so polite around here. The drivers are, it's amazing. Okay, as you can see in here,
Sway for 1.3 kilometers.
the gravel bike is on gravel. Yes! That didn't last long, but there's some more gravel later on. See if this dog's going to jump under my wheel. Morning. That's a good dog. More gravel in its element. I better not crash now. That would be embarrassing. Here we are, done the loop. Back at the golf course. There's actually some golfers out. The sun must be bringing them out. Just about to go back over the freeway again. The Monash Freeway, to be precise. Try not to breathe the fumes in as I go over the bridge. Okay, almost back onto Nearham Road. The computer is telling me 20 kilometers, an hour and 9 minutes, which on the face of it is pretty slow, but I don't think I could go any quicker actually with all the stop starts, the roads to cross, slowing down to go past people, pushing prams or walking dogs. It'd be pretty difficult to get the average speed up much more than that. But that was a pleasant ride on a lovely day.
Now turn left onto Melbourne Road.
Here we go. Back at the apartment.